It is when you allow a family member or a friend or anybody for that matter to allow to be signed on to your credit card. And which that does is allow your credit score to be boosted because it obtains all that credit history from that credit card that someone signs you up. For example, say if you're young and your mother has an excellent credit score, 700 above. She has a credit line over $10,000. What she does is contacts her credit card company, give them your social, birthday, mailing address, email address, all the pertinent information. They put into the system and add you to that credit card. In turn, they can also send you that credit card or just have a digital file of your information. After a week or two, whenever the information is reported to the credit bureaus, your information is then absorbed with that credit card and you get all that back history. So, you can have over 7 to 10 years of credit history overnight, and that'll boost your credit score, well over 50 to 100 points. In turn, actually, my mother did that for me, and that's kind of how I got back on my credit journey. After filing for bankruptcy in 2012, my credit was shot. It bounced back up to maybe low 600s, but I couldn't apply for any credit cards because of that bankruptcy. So what happened was I asked my mom to put me as an authorized user for a credit card. Had about 7 years of history on it, $10,000, and my credit score shot up. And what credit companies look for is they actually look for history and balances. So that history lets them know that you can pay your credit cards on time and pay your bills on time. So after that, I just started getting flooded with offers in the mail. Those pre-screened offers, they send them to your mail. You open them, they say you're pre-approved. And that's something we'll go over in another video about pre-approval letters. But once you see those pre-approval letters come in, you know that those companies are actually looking at they're doing a soft pull on your credit. They're looking at your scores, looking at your balances, looking at your debt to income ratio, your credit ratio, and providing you credit on that half. So that's one good thing that authorized user does is builds that history up very quickly, very, very quickly. What that does. So another advantage of being an authorized user is actually having the ability to spend that money. I wouldn't do it, for everybody, but if you have a business partner or a spouse or anybody that you're close to that you trust, and instead of them giving you their credit card and you might need a credit card for something, just make them authorized user. They have access to that credit limit. They can go in turn and spend that money responsibly, and you don't have to be passing out your card and asking where your card is every time you need it. Just add them as an authorized user. They get access to your credit limit, and the sky's the limit. They can spend whatever they need to. Also, advantage of that is some credit cards offer a sign-up bonus. So if you don't know, companies like Chase, American Express give you a certain amount of points which you can spend towards other items. They might have a list of items you can spend on, or they may return it in cash or credit on your next bill. So for Chase, I have it's a $3,000 sign-up bonus. So once I hit the $3,000 spending limit, I get automatically $1,500 added statement credit bonus. So if you had an authorized user, it's kind of hard, not too hard to run up $3,000, but if you had somebody that's authorized user, they can help get that spend up to that point, as well as they can help with the credit card bill if you have that type of arrangement with them. They want to purchase some things and they want to pay it off over time, especially if you have a 0% interest rate on your credit. You can have that as an offer for them, and they can spend up, pay you back, and you get the sign-up bonus. So it's a kind of a win-win for both parties. So that's another great thing about being an authorized user. Now, another third great thing about this authorized user thing is you can actually sell your authorized user packages. I've done it. It's nothing I just would recommend everybody to do. I've heard some credit card accounts get shut down by using this method, but if you leave a little extra money, help pay a credit card bill or help pay a bill, just say, hey, I got this credit card limit that's 4 years old, $10,000 credit limit. I can add you to it for $200 for a month. Once they get added there, those scores reflect right after the statement balance. So you want to look at your statement balance and your closing date. Let them know that if they get signed up or get added to your card by this date, then once that date hit and the credit bureaus start reflecting those, balances, then that person, authorized user, all the information will be on that user's credit report. So, in a short, 5 to 15-day window, somebody can pay you $200-$300 depending on how your limit and the age of your card. Pay you that money. That information gets reported on their credit report. Their credit score gets boosted. They can go buy a house, go buy a car, get credit for a loan, anything they want at that point. And then what that allows them to do is, successfully have their credit score high, can purchase whatever they want, and then they come back to you and say, hey, it worked, I got everything I needed. You can go ahead and take me off. And you take them off, or if they need another month, you can have them pay another, $200-$300 to remain on your authorized user account for a whole another 30-day period. What I usually do is 30 days for a certain fee, 60 days for another fee. Most people don't need more than a 60-day period. They're trying to finance a car or a house. They get that in, get their credit ran, and once the credit company that's going to lend them the money for the car or house or whatever, see that their score has jumped up and they see the history, 7 years with that, they will think that person is a great worthy credit member. So they extend the credit, and it's a win-win. That person gets the credit and you get the money, and you just take them off the call the credit card company and get them off the card. At the end of that 60-day or 30-day, whatever length and the time in the contract y'all do, end it there, and you're done with that. So that's another great thing that authorized users allow. Let's recap. So you got allows anybody, family member or friend, their score boosted. It allows people that's credit challenged a way to start over and get their scores up and get credit on their report, because no credit is just as bad as bad credit. So if you got a lot of collections and repos and evictions, it's kind of hard to apply for a credit card, get added as an authorized user, and you will definitely get approved for some things coming up in the near future. So that's where we are with authorized users. I recommend everybody reach out to someone if you're credit challenged and can get added as an authorized user. Contact me below if you need to be added as one. I have some slots with Navy Federal and some other cards. So leave a comment below this video, and I'll reach back out with you with some prices and some cards I have available. Thank you. Third good thing about authorized user is the income potential of selling your AUs or authorized users to other people who are credit challenged and may need a quick fix, so you can make money off of it, help others, as well as use this as a business or a stream of income, and add that to your existing business or a side hustle, and create another stream of income of avenue of wealth. So those are the three things I just recapped that authorized users serve, the good things about those, and